Aries, this is your April monthly forecast. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Right away, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which means that it's in reverse. And so there is a cycle being completed. However, you're falling short of where you want to be. So your challenge this month is going to be it's the Emperor. You're crossed with that. So that is telling you you're going to need to practice restraint and restriction and plan to get where you want to be. You're going to have to restructure. That is your challenge for April, because it's sort of like this. With the Ten of Pentacles is like the best card you want, right? It means that you've ended something, you've achieved a goal, something that you put a lot of work into, you achieved it. However, here it's implying that the outcome wasn't what you wanted it to be, or something was lost. The loss was more than what was gained. And in order to avoid this, or in order to resurrect yourself from this issue, you're going to have to practice restraint. You're going to have to regroup. You're going to have to kind of become very traditional in the way you spend money. You can't be so loose and fancy free. So here it's just interesting because you have this card, which everybody loves, which is, the Nine of Cups, which means you have a wish fulfilled. It's wish fulfillment. It's temporary though, because he's sitting in a chair, and the chair can disappear. He can be knocked off it, and it's not a permanent, but it usually implies a wish of emotional wish, a heartfelt wish will come true. But it's paired with swords, which implies stealing. I don't know if this was you or if someone is going to take this from you, but if the Ten of Pentacles is in reverse and it's crossing with Emperors, is telling me maybe something unethical is going on regarding the way you're going about. I don't know if you put dirty tricks out there, or if someone's doing it to you regarding this dream, but that this giant goal you've been going after. But just be mindful that if you do steal and you do take, it's not always in the best for you, in the end. Now this is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups implies it's always the pouting card. Like, okay, it didn't go the way you wanted, so it's like a self-pity card. You're pitying it, but all you do is have to turn around and see a dream is lost. Basically, a dream did not happen, and you won't turn around and see the Two Cups behind you. You won't see new opportunities because you're obsessed with the past. It's almost like this. Like, say you have a crush on somebody in school, and you've idealized this, you've invested in it, and you want that, even though someone else likes you, that it would be a better match for you, and you won't pay attention to them because you are looking at the spilled milk. You're not looking at the options next to you. And then you have the Ten of Swords right next to it. See, this is fascinating because you have so many endings. You have so many cards in the later cycles, So this is something that's been going on. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Cups. These are all endings of cycles, the close to the completion of, and with the Emperor telling me that, you need to hunker down. It's saying that this is an ongoing theme. This is something that you need to regroup, replan, restructure your goals and how you're going to get there, your plan, the meticulous plan, the day-to-day, not just, okay, my vision board. Yeah, it's great to have a vision board, but now you need a map. You don't need a vision board. You need a map, hun. You need a map and a compass. So you need to restructure your map. You need to redo that and see, how am I going to do this? Take inventory, take stock, and regroup. So here, there's a lot of negative messages, a lot of negative gossip, a lot of negative self-talk. This plan, this thing that this wish that was possibly stolen from you, because this implies theft. Somebody got away with something shady. You're mourning what you lost. It's causing you a heartache, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you have to understand it's something like, I've gone through this. You will be okay. You will rise again. Look, the sun is rising in the background. It's not setting. He's not going to be left alone in the dark. He's not defeated. It seems that way, but these are emotions and they pass. It's not over for you, because there's 2 cups here. There's 2 cups, you know, and sometimes rejection is protection and moving you in a better direction. And I can tell you so often that is the case, because you do not want success with bad people. You do not want to be successful with bad people around you. Let me tell you that, because that success will be snatched away very fast and they will leave you in the lurch. And here you go. You have these wands. So there's a lot of negative messages. To me, this implies like online messages. I don't know if you're texting somebody or there's something going on, but this to me is like a lot of online sort of gossip, a lot of fighting over resources. Here's a lot of conflict, a lot of, a lot of conflict over what is being said and who's fighting over what. And then we have the Tower in reverse. So the Tower in reverse it's saying the same thing. And you're not the only one who got a tower. So don't panic. To me, this is the issue at hand. To me, is that something you lost was beyond your control. Like something was stolen from you, especially with this Tower card, because the Tower card implies something outside of your, like a natural disaster or a bank collapsing, inflation, things beyond your control. Something collapsed, something beyond your control caused this upheaval in your life that you should not completely take on personally. Like, it was done to you. Now, with the Tower or the Chariot in reverse, it's you don't know how to move ahead now. You're paralyzed by this. It's like saying, okay, so this has happened. You don't know what to do now. You're kind of stuck. You're confused. You want to move. You just don't know how. What direction? Where do you go? And because I saw the Chariot in reverse and I was like, what an anticlimactic reading. It's like all these intense emotions and all this like upset you're feeling, all these different types of layers of emotion. And then you have, you know, the Chariot in reverse, which is like paralyzed. It's like paralysis by analysis. Then you have this card I picked again, and it was the 2 of Pentacles, which means juggling, you know, just a lot of juggling, probably holding down more jobs, probably holding down more projects, probably taking on more because you have to restructure your life. So with that said, I think the answer to your reading is literally the Emperor, which I said would be your obstacle, which would be the kind of thing your ascending thing, that what you have to strive for, which is to restructure your life. You got to restructure your life in some way to cope with what happened. Now, I'm going to do your numerology reading right now. I'm going to pull from the numerology. Okay, so we have, what does Aries need to learn from this month? What is the big lesson for Aries? What do they have to learn this month? Because April is the Aries month. So what does Aries have to take? Oh, interesting. Okay. So you got manifestation. Now, to me, this word is a buzzword, and it can also signal completely flaky foo-foo-ness. Like, you manifested it. I'm going to tell you the realness of manifestation as someone who has a Virgo stellium in their chart and can manifest things. Manifestation isn't a mantra. Manifestation isn't, I project, I fake it till I make it, I dress success, blah, blah, blah. Manifestation is a plan. How did I manifest such and such? I planned it. And when I say I planned it, I went like this. Something like this. So I was like, okay, so I'm just going to make up something to give you an example. Like say you're going to do say you're writing a play. Just throwing this out there. Say you're writing a play and you think to yourself, okay, I wrote this play. My first time writing a play. You maybe go on YouTube and you watch some tutorials and listen to other people who have written plays and will say, okay, I wrote this play. This is how you find out some feedback. And then you go to your local theater and you get some names and you email people and you're like, okay, I'm going to see if anyone wants to read this, do a reading, like read it out loud, get their feedback. And then from there, you make this plan, like you write it down and you're like, okay, this is my list. You make a list. Like, this is what I do. I make a list, not like oh, I'm like, and it's not like, to me, when I make this list, it's like, it's very matter of fact. It's not done with some sort of mantra or like, fairy dust. It's very matter of fact. It's like, okay, so this is my to-do list. I'm going to reach out to so-and-so. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if they're interested. And then, I usually have a lot of options too. It's not like this is it. This is set in stone. It's like, okay, and if that doesn't work, they'll give me a lead to this and blah, blah, blah. And then I'll try this. And I'm not locked into the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, okay, I'm going to manifest a gold medal at the Olympics. Like, it's not like that. It's very much a restructuring and planning of what your goal, overall vision for your life is on a very minute, meticulous level. So that goes inside with the Emperor. Now, manifestation is what you need to do. And like the 8 with numerology, I want you to know this. 8 is very much the number of physical wealth. 8 is the number of like the pentacle. It's pentacles in tarot. So it's very much about money. It's almost like the Capricorn, I would say, of numerology. Things like that. So it does not surprise me that that is a card. But with the Emperor, it's saying I want you to manifest, but I want you to be real about it. I want you to restructure and plan. You need a plan, not just a hope and a wish and a dream and a mantra. You need a plan. You need a plan. You need steps, and you need to be willing to regroup and relearn from these steps, Aries. You can't just bulldoze your way through it. You have to talk to yourself, have inner discussions with yourself about how you're behaving and how you're spending and how you're doing and how you're doing what you're trying to do. Because if you don't, then you're going to be a victim of your own behavior and your own habits. So what this is telling you is use the power of the Emperor to look inward at your own behavior and make a plan. Make a plan. in a very detailed plan, a list. So I do like, I have a long-term goal, but it's not like it's changeable, like my long-term goal, of course, is to be happy, right? Okay, what makes me happy? Doing this activity makes me happy, but not just that activity, with the people I'm with, and then being able to not have to be around people 12 hours a day, and having, like, get down to the nitty gritty. And you have to ask yourself these questions like, okay, say you want to be a singer. Okay, you want to be a singer. What? That's great. But what kind of singer? Do you want to sing pop songs? Do you want to have to dance while you sing? Do you want to write your own songs? Do you want to be a country singer? Do you want to sing like Norah Jones? What do you want to be known for? Who do you want to have to be around? Who do you want to work with? What do you want to do? Like, be very specific about what it is you are attempting, the long-term lifestyle that you are asking to be a part of with what you're doing. Because these things will come into play. Like, every relationship you come in contact will lead you to something. So these are all very important things in your life to consider. Okay, Aries? So I'm wishing you the best for April. And please remember to manifest and to make this plan. Planning is manifesting. Planning and lists are manifesting. Okay, my dear Aries, if anyone can do it, it's you, because you are the magician. I have faith. See you later, Aries.